This is me, Sarah, and I'm going to be videoing Miranda reading a book, Wombat Stew.
And it's also by Mark, I don't know how to read the names.
Mark K. Verhoeven.
Pamela Loafs. No, wait, that's Pamela Loafs. Oh,
Okay.
loaves of bread. Oops, sorry. Okay.
Well, let's get started.
Wombat Stew. Pull it back a bit. Every day on the banks of a billabong, a very clever dingo caught a wombat and decided to make wombat stew, gooey, brewy, yummy, chewy, wombat stew. Platypus came umbling up the bank. Good day, Dingo, he said, snapping his bill. What is all that water for? I'm brewing up a gooey, chewy stew with the fat wombat, replied Dingo with a toothy grin. If you ask me, said Platypus, the best thing for a gooey stew is mud. Big blobs of billabong mud. Blobs of mud, Dingo laughed. What a good idea. Righto, in they go. So Platypus scooped up his big blobs of mud with his tail and tipped them in the billy can. Around the bubbling billy, Dingo danced and sang. Wombat stew, gooey, brewy, yummy, chewy, wombat stew. Waltzing out from the shade of the ironbarks came Emu. She arched her graceful neck over the brew. Oh ho, Dingo, she fluttered. What have we here? Gooey, chewy, wombat stew, boasted Dingo. If only it would be more chewy, she sighed. But don't worry. A few feathers will set it right. Feathers? Dingo smiled. That would be chewy. Right in they go. So into the gooey brew, Emu dropped her finest feathers. And around and bubbling the bubbling billy, Dingo danced and sang, Wombat stew, crunchy munchy for my lunchy, wombat stew. Around and around and around the bubbling billy, Dingo danced and sang, Wombat stew, crunchy munchy for my lunchy, wombat stew. Up through the dust, Red Dust popped Echidna. Wait a bit, not so fast, he bristled, shaking the red dust from his quills. Now I've been listening to all this advice, and take it from me. For munchy stew, you need slugs and bugs and creepy crawlies. Dingo wagged his tail. Why, I should have thought of that. Righto, in they go. So Echidna dug up all sorts of crilly crawlies and dropped them into the gooey, chewy, crunchy stew. Don't you get that much? The very clever Dingo stirred and stirred, all the while singing, Wombat stew, hot and spicy, also nicey, wombat stew. Just then the sleepy-eyed koala climbed down the scribbling gum tree. Look here, he yawned. Any bush cook knows you can't make a spicy stew without gum nuts. Leave it to a koala to think of gum nuts. Dingo laughed and licked his whiskers. Righto, in they go. And in the gooey, chewy, crunchy, munchy stew, koala shook lots and lots of gum nuts. Aha! Cried Dingo. Now my stew is missing only one thing. What's that? Asked the animals. The fat wombat! Wait! Stop! Hang on, Dingo. You can't put that wombat in the stew yet. Why not? You haven't tasted it. Righto, I'll taste it. And the very clever Dingo bent over the billy and took a great big slurp of stew. Ah! I'm poisoned, he howled. You've all tricked me. And he dashed away deep into the bush, never again to sing Wombat Stew, gooey, brewy, yummy, chewy, Wombat Stew. And that's the end. Thank you for listening.